For delivery, call 603-782-8450. Cominto's Pizzeria, the best pizza in town. 1875 South Willow Street in Manchester, New Hampshire. Best cocktails around. Come in as friends and leave as family.
Come on down to the Hop Knot at 1000 Elm Street, Manchester's premier craft beer and gourmet pretzel bar. Tell us more, Trudy.
We make our dough fresh every day. We make a variety of styles of pretzels and serve craft beer, cocktails, and a few bottles of wine. We do the traditional pretzel, and we have multiple flavors for that. We also do stuffed pretzels, pretzel sandwiches, 3 dessert pretzels, and pretzel knots.
The Hop Knot in the Brady Sullivan Plaza at 1000 Elm Street.
You are listening to WMNHLP, Manchester's radio, broadcasting at 95.3 megahertz frequency modulation from the top of 1000 Elm Street. Our studios are located at 1045 Elm Street and licensed to Manchester Public Television Service in Manchester, New Hampshire, USA.
It's a great song, but I don't know it.
Welcome, everybody. Here we go. It is that time again. Matt Connarton Unleashed, and we are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in glorious downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. Also on Comcast 97 if you're in Manchester. And hello to all of our online listeners across the nation and around the globe. You can go to my website, mattconnerton.com, for all of your live streaming options, social media links, contact info, show archives, etc., etc. Today is Thursday, March 23, 2023, and I am not alone.
If you having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. I got the rap patrol.
There he is. DJ Reklss is at the news desk.
I'm back.
You're back. Back for the attack. That rhymes. That's why I say it.
Yeah, I was going to say, who am I attacking?
No, nobody. That's actually a Dawkins album. It's before your time. You ever hear the band Dawkins?
Nope.
I think Back for the Attack was Dawkins. Anyway, welcome back. Yeah, this is 2 weeks in a row. That's unusual for you.
It's going to be some type of recent record for me.
Yes. And you're DJing tonight, of course, correct?
I am back at 603 after a wild Friday night there.
Yeah, St. Patrick's Day was a success, I presume?
That was more than a success. That was a statement, man.
Really?
That was a statement for me. That was a resume builder for sure. That was crazy.
Good.
Wild night.
Yeah.
You know it's a wild night when you wake up and you find swag in your pocket that you were supposed to throw out into the crowd, and you're like, where did I get this from?
Oops, what kind of swag?
A bunch of koozies.
Oh.
Also, I found Jello shot containers.
Mm-hmm. All right, very good. I was quite happy. You know, I'm not much of a partier myself. I was quite happy on Friday night to be in the safe confines of the radio station because, of course, I'm here for Paul's show as well on Fridays. But then I did have to dodge the drunkards on my way to the car at the end of the evening. But I was pretty successful at doing so. It's funny because when I left Friday night, so I got home, and Jenny asked me if the Hop Knot was busy. And I said, you know, I didn't notice. And I usually do look over there. But when I left here Friday night, when myself and Paul and DJ Steve, when we as soon as we walked out the front door of the building, it was like, just because it was busy, you know, it's St. Patrick's Day night on Elm Street. It was busy. I was kind of like tunnel vision. Like, I just want to get to my car. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It was kind of like the night that we had the Arctic blast. It was like, just want to get to my car, but very different. In this case, I was not worried about frostbite. I was worried about being accosted by annoying drunk people.
Oh man, it was quite the night. The messages I got for people to skip the line was hilarious.
What do you mean?
People kept messaging me to like get in because there was a line, and I'm like, guys, I told you guys to be here at 9.
Right.
You didn't listen. Stand outside.
Right.
Sorry, I can't help you with that.
Yep. Well, the early bird gets the worm, as they say, which I feel is a fishing reference, and I don't fish because I find it painfully boring. But it does seem like an apt expression, although in the year 2023, I am trying to avoid cliches and puns. But they still get me.
Good job.
They still get me. I'll tell you. Ooh, the sun's coming out. That's good. It's been kind of rainy and dreary all day, but here comes the sun.
Yeah, but no, it was a fun night. I was a little nervous. I was very nervous. You know, it's like, I think it's my third party this ever throwing.
Yeah.
On a holiday or anything like that. I did Halloween.
Yeah.
I helped out with New Year's, and this year Kevin gave me full control of St. Patrick's Day and all the entertainment and everything like that to just do what I wanted to do, and he trusted my vision with it, and it was great.
Excellent. Now, tonight just kind of a normal Thursday night?
It's a normal Thursday night. It's a normal weekend for me.
Yeah.
Saturday, I'm at 603 again.
Yeah.
And then I'm at St. A's. No, not at St. A's. I'm at Murphy's next Tuesday for St. A's.
Ah, gotcha.
That's going to be a fun one.
And I believe our friend Eazy-G, Eric Gagnon, is already on the line. Oh, whoops. Let me try that again. There we go. Eric, is that you?
I believe it is.
You believe it is, or you know it is. You have to know it, Eazy-G. You have to be affirmative about it. Yes. You have to say, I'm Eazy-G, and I know that I am, or something like that.
Yeah, my time is up. No, not yet, though.
Your time is up. You're what? That's not good. Are you the ghost of Eazy-G?
I'm just making a John Cena reference.
Oh, I get it. Did you get that, Reklss?
My time is up. My time is now. Just kidding.
Well, that's very self-contradictory. Yeah. Your time can't be up, and your time can't be now.
True. That used to be my song a number of years ago.
That was, yes. We did use that as your theme song, of course, on the program. It was John Cena's theme.
I don't really have one now, which is fine.
Right. Well,
I had that DJ Midas, I guess. That oldie but a goodie.
That's right. Yes, the one we play at the beginning of your entertainment report. That one.
Right.
Yes,
it is.
Yes. Is that why you're calling to do an entertainment report?
I believe so. Yeah.
Is there actual
new information? You know, people always say, always talking about the old stuff. I got new information, not a ton of it, but new information. New information.
That's very exciting. What kind of new information?
Right, some of it's happening today.
You have new information happening. Did you include DJ Reklss at the 603 tonight in your entertainment report? That's wonderful. It's about time he included you, isn't it, Reklss?
I don't know about DJ Reklss.
Well, that's just lame.
Wow. Why don't you include him? Don't you think he'd like to be included?
I kind of lean towards the ladies now.
I lean towards ladies too.
Nothing personal, DJ Reklss.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't swing that way. I'm sorry, Eric.
Well, that's not that there would be anything wrong with that, but all right. Well, very good. All right, Eazy-G, leaning toward the ladies. That's where you are on the
Eric, I can get
Kinsey
you some. I can get you some ladies though, if you'd like. I can take you out to the club sometime.
Well, that's really a discussion for my other program, of course, Matt Connarton Unsheathed, which is not carried here on WMNH, but that's in another venue, shall we say?
Behind a paywall.
Yes. By the way,
Matt Connarton Unsheathed live at 603 Bar and Grill next Thursday.
Ooh, wow.
No, sorry, Matt.
I don't think the premises, that doesn't usually start until around 3 a.m., so I don't think the premises is open at that hour.
Yeah, we can make it happen.
But, Eazy-G, are you ready to dive into your entertainment report?
I am.
Wow. Well,
Yes,
let me hit your music, of course. Whoops. Let me kill that other music. I'm having an issue here with this. By the way, that track that I opened with, I hadn't played that in a while. That was Fury from the band Edgewise. Do you like that song, Eazy-G? Do you like that band?
It wasn't too bad. Not my favorite, but it wasn't too bad.
For those of you watching online, of course, I have my Edgewise hat that I'm wearing. Let's see. All right,
cool.
All right, here we go.
Representing the team.
Let me hit your music. And of course, this music was produced by our friend DJ Midas, who is part of the WMNH family. Every Saturday night, beginning at midnight, all the way to 4 a.m., you can hear Late Night Delight with a replay on Sunday. But he did this for us.
He was once a thug from around the way. Easy.
You want to know about stock market crashes, COVID-19, drive-bys, celebrity gossip? Eazy-G's got ya. Entertainment report style. That's why I'm easy.
'Cause ain't nothing but a G thing, baby.
Are you ready for start time?
Let's find out. Ready, set, go.
I don't think I've dedicated this to these two fellas. I don't know him very well, but he seems like he seems like a cool dude. Billy Painter.
Billy Painter from Outlaw Radio.
Yeah. And I think I said his name right. And then this other guy, he's been on the Peter White Morning Show a couple of times. He works for the Manchester Economic Department. Eric Liaison. I think I'm saying that right.
Eric Liaison? I don't know who that is.
Eric Lesniak.
Oh, Eric Lesniak.
He works for the Economic Department. He's on with Peter White Morning Show the last couple of weeks at 7:45.
Yes. Now, how do you choose the individuals to whom you dedicate your entertainment report, Eazy-G?
I try not to. I don't know. There's definitely a lot of people out in the universe, like they would say on WWE.
Now, do you think you'll ever dedicate your entertainment report to our friend DJ Reklss, or will you not bother?
I think I have.
Well, because I just noticed that you never actually include him in your entertainment report. So I'm just...
I kind of lean towards the ladies now.
That's cool.
You lean toward the ladies.
It's what happens when you get big, man. They just forget about
you. I try to make it a mini entertainment report. So in the past, people said I went on and on. I used to include sports and it was an old show that you produced a while back. Your 9 to 11 show, and it was like a 45-minute entertainment report, and you were saying, God, is it over yet?
It's all about the ladies.
Well, so I leave all the sports to the Kyle and the gang.
What was that, Reklss?
I leave it to the sports guys on the radio here. They do all the sports stuff. Kyle and the gang.
Thanks,
Reklss.
Kyle and the gang. By the way, a very popular musical group. They did Ladies' Night in the 80s. You know that song, Reklss? Ladies' Night by Kyle and the gang?
No.
Well, this is Ladies. I might not have that exactly right. What were you trying to say? And then Eazy-G interrupted?
Nothing now. I don't remember.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't a long shot. The Sammy and Kevin there, they hugged it out the other day, so that they requested a challenge to I call them the drunks, the Usos, and they're going to be fighting at a WrestleMania coming up.
Oh, this is
Cody Rhodes is facing Roman. They keep saying, Roman, keep the belt, or we're going to give it to Cody. They always like to keep the suspense going, But I think Roman's losing because he wants to go take a break and make a movie, or just take a break, because he can tell him what he wants because he's a big star now. He's only part-time now, so if he wants time off, they'll just give it to him.
Well, there really is no suspense in the sense that obviously Cody is going to win. But that's okay. Sometimes a predictable outcome is fine because it's seeing how they get there is where the fun is where the intrigue is.
Right. Oh, yeah, and too, they had another, add a ref to, I guess, the Hall of Fame. Never done that before. But they did add, the State Tequila is still not officially out, I guess. But Andy Kaufman is now going to Celebrity Hall of Fame in the WWE.
Who is Andy Kaufman?
Yeah, he was the guy that fought the Jerry the King Lawler there.
Yes.
They were both on that. I saw that highlight when they were both on the David Letterman show.
Yes.
And it was quite a, I didn't know about that. It was quite a confrontation.
I think there might be some sort of a demon here in the studio with us. We were discussing possession recently, I believe. Oh my goodness, that's terrifying.
Yeah, it looks like on the road to WrestleMania, so we'll get into that stuff. It's SoFi Stadium, where they spent billions and billions of dollars for that stadium. And Miz is the host, and they got Becky G as the national anthem first night. And then they got Jimmy Allen as the second night. I think I heard Becky G, but I never heard of Jimmy.
You haven't heard of Becky G?
Allen. He's supposed to be a country guy.
No, you haven't heard of Becky G?
But hey, maybe someday April Christmas could be one of the persons that do the national anthem.
We have
he's done it plenty of times around here in the local, even Fisher Gas Hour. It's not easy singing national anthem, but why not her one these days?
The sun is coming out. Now, we have a question for you in the chat room. Rocky Huber says, ask him if he read the article about Mae Young, the old wrestling lady. The article talked about how she used to get her... Oh, God, that's gross to me. I'm not even going to read the rest of that. Never mind.
Come on, Rocky.
No, that's disgusting. By the way, have you, Eazy-G, have you seen the television series Young Rock?
I have not.
Because coincidentally, Jenny and I just watched an episode from season 2. We're a little behind, but there's an episode with Mae Young in it. Well, an actress playing her, of course.
Yeah, they have things on A&E every Sunday night, and they had Jerry the King Lawler, and they also had the Roddy Piper. Boy, he had a
Roddy Piper
interesting life. He got hooked on drugs and drinking, and he was on the road a lot, like 300 days out of the year. And
he's Roddy, don't you know?
He had an interesting life, and I didn't know this too. He was stabbed 3 times.
Yes,
that's horrible.
That
you get when you choose a life of crime.
Well, the thing is, so that actually happened after a wrestling event, I believe, early in his career. There was a fan who took it a little too seriously and actually did stab the hot rod.
Roddy Piper.
Mm-hmm. He could have died, yes. You can die from that. That's true.
Very, very interesting life, that fella.
Yes,
he was beat up a lot in the ring. He had problems with his leg, and
isn't that the point?
They were showing that time the Hulkster there hit him with a chair with his hip. There, he was injured.
I feel like that's the point of wrestling.
That's true.
Was pretty brutal. And NWO days.
He had a titanium hip.
Right, and Hogan was hitting him when he was an NWO bad guy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny though, they talk a lot about the background in wrestling matches. I said, "Wow, I remember that. It was like 30 years ago."
All right, what's next in the entertainment report?
Actually, I have a question for Eazy-G before we go any further.
Yeah.
You do sound like you're speaking more clearly than you have recently. Do you have your new teeth in?
I do.
They sound great.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I got like 60 hits on Facebook. Wow.
Yeah, congratulations on your teeth.
His engagement.
I know, it's like Christmas morning for me. It was great, yeah. Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, well, you're welcome.
My wife sound better.
Reklss was just bringing up your engagement, your social media engagement.
Engagement?
On social media. You're getting a lot of engagement on social media because you're getting a lot of likes on your posts about your teeth.
It was really cool, yeah. I like it too when I get likes from other people that I don't even know.
Well, sometimes that's bots if they're people you don't even know. Reklss and I were having a conversation about that earlier, in fact.
Yeah.
Say that again?
And speaking of bots, Forum Krypton 6 in the chat room says, we will be performing soon for us. We are from Greensboro, North Carolina.
Sorry, this is a no bots allowed. Please leave. I've had enough problems with bots over the past
no, we like the bots in our chat room. They're fun. Greensboro, North Carolina is an incredible place. They're very polite and they use a lot of hashtags, and I think it's just grand.
Hashtag grand.
In
fact, jest.
In fact, and I'm curious if Eazy-G has this in his entertainment report. Did you know, Reklss, I don't know if you heard yesterday's show, but live on the air, our friend Texas Mike was here, and live on the air, he was recruited to be a member of the pop singing group New Affirm of the Spark. They are from Greensboro, North Carolina, so I don't know if he has to relocate there. But apparently, Mikey, I knew that he sang. Apparently, he does also dance. So he'll be singing and dancing with New Affirm of the Spark. It happened live on the air. He agreed to join, and I think they're beginning rehearsals immediately. Is that in your entertainment report, Eazy-G?
No.
Hashtag
no.
Congratulations.
Yes, yes. And
anyways,
Forum Krypton 6 in the chat room says, we are cool and sensitive. Hashtag Matt Connarton.
Hashtag no.
Yeah,
Hashtag
everything's going to be at SoFi Stadium. They got the SmackDown at 8 o'clock on Fox.
Uh-huh.
In the Hall of Fame. They only inducted a few people, so it's probably only be like 10 to 11 on the Peacock channel. And then April Fool's Day, they have night one. I think it's only going to be like less than 3 hours because they only have a lot of matches. And then before that, April Fool's Day at 2 to 5, they don't know why they seem to use the same words, but it's NXT Stand and Deliver. I don't know, they can't think of another clever words, but anyways. And then April 2nd, night 2. And then, I'm assuming there's going to be like a fan club when you go down there, obviously. And then Raw after WrestleMania, and that's going to be one of the big shows on USA. They always have a couple of surprises. Then I heard shortly after that they're going to let people go, I guess. They're going to fire people, I guess, which isn't fun.
By the way,
lose their jobs.
I was very sad to realize that this year, April 1st, falls on a weekend, which means there will be no April Fool's Day prank on this year's Matt Connarton Unleashed. But I haven't done one since the Matt Connarton Smooth Jazz Experience anyway. And
that was there, yeah.
And I don't know if I'll ever be able to top that regardless. So maybe it's just as well.
Yeah, and then on coming up after WrestleMania, they're going to Backlash.
Uh-huh.
And they're doing it different now. You can buy a separate ticket, I guess, or one ticket. I kind of get confused.
Uh-huh.
But they're having SmackDown the night before Backlash, and I don't know if it's a ticket for both events. They started to do that now, like the SmackDown's going to be for WrestleMania first night.
Oh.
And then Bad Bunny's going to be the host. I think they're doing different now, the host. And then they have the, after the pay-per-view, or whatever they call it these days, they're going to have like a press conference for like 40 minutes. That's something new. They don't get as crazy as AEW, though, with all the swears.
I have some breaking news. Some breaking news in the world of entertainment. Let me hit the breaking news music here.
Oh, wow.
I know it's a little long, but this is some pretty big breaking news. Forum Krypton 6 says in the chat room, we say that Texas Mike is going to be the manager and producer for New Affirm of the Spark. Can you believe it?
Wow.
Yeah, he's going to be the manager and producer.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's unbelievable.
I know.
Oh, yeah. One of your favorite events is coming up. It's coming right on the corner this Sunday, the annual St. Patrick's Day Parade. It's a free event downtown Elm Street. Rain or shine, unless it's pouring rain. They can't do it then, but I guess it's supposed to be like 40 degrees.
Right.
So it should be okay. In a high noon, and at 11 o'clock, they have the St. Patrick's Shuffle. And then the Grand Marshal this year is going to be Richard Dick. Richard Dick.
Easy.
I'm going to get my glasses on. Hang on a second.
Okay. Yeah, we want to be very precise with people's names. That's important. I know that's sometimes a challenge.
Bad radio.
But,
Bad radio. Richard Dick. I don't know how to spell his last name. Phelan.
You should probably know his last name, but not end with that.
Right off the radio, the first car.
Okay. Well, if Richard is listening, we apologize
Richard, I'm sorry.
For what's happened to your name here
Right,
live on the air.
Sometimes saying names, as you well know.
Uh-huh.
And then we've got some other fun stuff going on here, right here in Manchester.
Oh.
Yeah, first I'll say this to a fella. The ConcordCoachman.org to get more information. They sing barber style music. I like that. You leave a message and they will get back to you, and it's $50 for you to hire them for the morning. Or I'm assuming they'll do morning. Well, they might do mornings, but you have to contact them for more information.
I need them as an
and of
opener.
course, other events coming up right here around the corner. Oh yes, they haven't done this event for a couple of years because of COVID, but it's coming back April 3rd, noon to 8. It's a very popular event, Free Cone Day at Ben & Jerry's.
Oh.
And they also had this event, Rain or Shine, right here in downtown Elm Street.
Yeah.
By the way, Easy, I do have some additional, some late breaking news in the world of entertainment.
Wow.
That I need to share this. This is very important.
Yeah.
Very important. Forum Krypton 6 says in the chat room, we say hashtag Matt Connarton. New Affirm of the Spark is keeping the lead singer of New Affirm of the Spark is Lucas Box. So Lucas Box will remain the lead singer of New Affirm of the Spark, but Texas Mike is taking over as the producer and manager.
Oh, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Boy.
Big shoes to fill there.
What's that, Reklss?
That's crazy.
Big shoes to fill there.
Yes.
So anyways, moving on. I haven't mentioned these guys in a while. Don't forget to just visit these places. Queen City Cupcakes on Elm Street, so tasty. I don't know why I missed them up the last couple of months.
Amanda Cushman. I mean,
but they're still there. Actually, they moved down the road a little bit, and they have 2 stores. I forget the name of the other store, but they own 2 stores, so they're all one big happy family now, and one location right down the street from where they used to be.
I remember years ago when you were still living here in Manchester, of course, and you used to come join us in the studio. You actually brought me a cupcake from there once, and it was delicious.
More than once.
More than once.
2 or 3 times.
Maybe. They were delicious. Queen City Cupcake, absolutely amazing.
A huge cupcake, none of those small ones.
No, big cupcakes. Oh my God,
so tasty, like I like to say.
So tasty.
But anyways, another fun activity coming up right here in Manchester. Taco store, May 4th, 4 day and $3 for each taco. And I've been
4 days.
I've been told a lot of the restaurants now are ordering more than they did last year because apparently what happened last year, they ran out.
I can testify to this. Yeah, we're ordering more.
Oh, at 603?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
There you go.
Now, when is that
now,
again?
If you're saying to yourself,
when is the taco tour?
May 4th.
May 4th. And who are the judges?
I don't know. Oh, you're the judges now. You have to go online and you vote now.
DJ Reklss, Peter White, Matt Connarton, and yeah.
Oh, I didn't know this.
You're telling yourself.
They must be changing it up.
Yeah, they've done that for the last couple of years now. So anyway, you go online and do it.
Oh.
And then,
remember a long time ago?
Merchandise.
Remember
you go to Breeze
scandal?
Tees on Hanover Street, and you get some hats, you get some T-shirts, and it might be some like shot glasses.
Shot
whole mess of stuff right here on Hanover Street called Breeze Tees. You're telling yourself,
BZ's
taco
Tees.
tour merchandise, like a hat or a shirt.
What is it? What is it called?
Taco tour merchandise on Breeze Tees in Manchester.
Breeze Tees
on Hanover Street.
Sir, it's BZ's Tees.
Oh,
I bought a shirt last year.
There's 2 E's,
like $20.
no R.
BZ's Tees is the name of the place. Okay.
Yeah.
Right here on Hanover Street, right down the street from the Palace Theater.
Oh.
It's 2 doors down from the past.
So anyways, moving on, Katie Dunham's part now. We're gonna have new music coming this year, and she's gonna be playing March 29th and April 26th and May 31st at 7 p.m. And plus, only $15 ticket. If you get there at 6, you're gonna have a complimentary wine tasting event.
Complimentary?
The music's at 7 to 8:30, and it's at the Songwriters Songwriters Roundup at Herman Woods Winery in Meredith.
Oh.
And then she's going to be playing. Well, I got a lot of shows coming up here.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. May 18th, she's going to play. Right here in town, 5 p.m. Cure Art Gallery in Manchester. Art after work. And it's a free event, but I'm sure she's going to have a donation jar, they call that. So make sure you fill that up. And then she's doing other shows coming up, but it's not in the future, way in the future. So we'll talk about that another day.
Oh, good.
And then April Christmas got a couple gigs coming up here.
I was just going to ask.
Here we go. A couple of gigs. Oh, yeah, here we go. It was hard to focus on them because, when the Facebook has those little boxes on top where you can share a story.
Yes, the boxes.
She just had her events on there, so I had to keep refreshing it over and over.
She's going to be crushing it.
Last a couple of seconds. So she's going to play, today. New England College at 8 p.m. Music in the pub. I don't know if there's ticket event. I don't know because it didn't say.
You probably should investigate.
Saturday, she's playing at the Copper Kettle at 5 p.m. in Wilson, New Hampshire.
Do you know how? By the way, I know some backstory on this. Do you know how the Copper Kettle got its name?
No idea.
They started out with a kettle when they first opened. They had a kettle that was made of copper.
Oh, really?
That's crazy.
I know, right? It's like fate.
Yep. And then, to end the report now is the Amanda McCarthy's working on new music, I guess, after she gets married, because he's getting married to, you might know this guy, the guy named Tom.
Wait.
Next month.
Before you say anything more about that, Eazy-G, there's some breaking news in the world of entertainment. Just want to share this.
Oh, boy, war?
Yeah.
This is great.
I can't believe this. Forum Krypton 6 in the chat room says, we will say, hashtag Matt Connarton, that Texas Mike will be feeling good about this to be the manager-producer for new Affirm of the Spark.
I never heard of this stuff before. I guess it is breaking news. Wow.
It is breaking news.
It's literally breaking right now.
Yes.
It's breaking news, Eric.
It's already broken.
Eric, I need a little bit more enthusiasm about it.
Yeah, it's breaking news, Eazy-G, please.
I have a feeling that it's April Fool's
Eric,
joke.
I need you to go out into the hallway and scream that right now.
Right. Don't let Bruce hear you, though. He'll be very jealous that you're excited about something.
Yeah.
You know how he is. He's very selfish.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Eric, we need a little bit more enthusiasm, man.
That's my report, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Oh, bye, Eric.
Oh.
Known by now,
That's it. He's fired.
Wow, that was Eazy-G's entertainment report. Now, he did make a request, by the way, so we'll take a little break and play something. He wanted me to play, he messaged me earlier, he wanted me to play the song Long Haul by Amanda McCarthy. Here's the problem. I couldn't find that because Amanda McCarthy wrote it, but April Cushman recorded it. But I'm going to play a different Amanda McCarthy song that I love. But first, we'll take this call from Shannon, who's probably very excited about Texas Mike joining new Affirm of the Spark. Hello, Shannon.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Just shaking with it.
Shaking with it, yes. As the young people say that, right, DJ Reklss? Say shaking with it?
Totally.
Uh-huh.
Okay. One thing, I have been wanting to say this to you every time I call. I always forget.
Uh-huh.
Long time ago, when the lie detector test thingy was done, and I said there are human lie detectors.
Yes.
That are trained to. I call it kinetics. It's kinesics.
All right, who's lying around here?
What?
Who's lying around here? Are you a human lie detector? I got a few questions for you.
What you got?
I don't know, actually.
He doesn't.
Okay.
He doesn't really. He's just joshing you. The young people say that, I know.
Oh,
Yes, go ahead, Shannon.
what song did you open with yesterday?
Oh, yesterday I opened with a song. I don't remember what song it was. I remember the artist. It was Nick Rolser, Rolser. I forget the name. Oh, Endless Summer was the name of the song, I think. Something with summer. Yes.
Something about drowning in water and.
I don't remember if there was drowning and water involved, but
drowning in water. But
drowning in water, drowning and water. But he's amazing. Did you like that song? Because Nick is fantastic. Big fan.
Well, yeah, I wanted to know who it was, and I'll probably ask you again because I think I have a little bit of what Juno has. Can't remember. CRS.
CRS? What's CRS?
It's can't remember.
Sierra.
Oh, gotcha.
Shoot, let your run wild. Your imagination run wild on the last word.
Wow. Well, that's so that's not the medical term, but I'm sorry to hear that, Shannon.
Yeah. Well, yeah, me too. I'm a little worried. But yeah. Okay, so on with the show, and I just wanted to call for those two things.
Sweet.
Okay.
Awesome.
And that's the Edgewise hat there that you're wearing. That's the one that got run over, right?
This is the hat that got run over. It is true. I was leaving here one evening after my show, and it was a particularly blustery evening, and a strong gust of wind removed the hat from the top of my head and planted it right in the middle of a large puddle in the street, where it was then run over. But Jenny cleaned it for me and made it good as new. So,
Jenny's a sweetie.
Yes, she is.
Hi, Jenny. I know you're there.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah.
I meant the chat room.
That's fine.
Oh, yes, she is in the chat room. Yes.
But yeah, Nick. What's the last name again?
Rolser. Rolser. Yeah, he was a guest on the show maybe 2 months ago. I lose track of time. But yeah, extraordinarily talented singer-songwriter.
So I could get that song on somebody else's phone, because I don't have one on the cloud and crap and...
Oh, yeah.
On the cloud.
The cloud, yes. It's on the cloud. It's in the cloud.
Yeah.
But yes, it is available online. Yes, absolutely.
Nick Rolser.
Rolser, yes. Rolser.
Endless Summer?
Endless Summer is the name of the song, yes.
Okay. Play it again, maybe Monday.
Perhaps I will.
For me, because that was still, I liked it.
Yeah, very good.
And I won't get it recorded. I won't get it from somebody for a while, so.
Okay. Actually, you know what, Shannon? I'll play it at the top of the hour today. I'll play it at the break. How's that?
All right, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
All right, well, you guys have a good night.
All right, Shannon, thanks for the call.
Yep, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, so that was our friend Shannon. So without further ado, we're going to take a quick break, and I'm going to play this. Actually, no, I'm not going to play it quite yet. I did promise Easy I would play it, but this Amanda McCarthy track. But we do have a call. We'll grab this first. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hey, Rexo. How you doing, Rexo, my boy?
Let's do it.
Hey, listen, man. I was just minding my own business over here, and a little birdie told me that that fake nobody wannabe kid there is talking lots of gaga, the most boring person. This kid has no game. Hey, DJ wannabe.
Yeah, what's up,
you got
loser?
no game. The best DJs, and even I know that because I hate DJs and I hate rap music, is in New York City, New Jersey, and surrounding areas of the tri-state area. Connecticut, too, I would include. But Jersey and New York is the real DJs, especially in 5 boroughs of New York City, like the Bronx. They call it the Boogie Down Bronx. You ain't nothing, kid.
Yo, hey,
And
man,
you'll
we're not
never
in the
be
1980s,
anything.
dog.
But I want to be. See you later there, Rexo. And DJ, keep on trying to be something you're not.
Wow.
Wow. Well, on that note.
Well, I got one thing to say to that. None of that's something I haven't heard before.
Especially from
so
that.
Keep on trying.
Especially from
buddy.
that guy. Yes.
Yeah. Keep on emailing me.
All right. Let's see. Melanie says, as a fellow DJ, I can verify said game. Yes, Melanie, she's got your back.
I got plenty of game. Just ask his wife.
Oh, he's not married. Anyway,
his
all
girlfriend.
right, let's, without further ado, let's play this. This is probably my favorite Amanda McCarthy song, and this is for Eazy-G. This is Sunset. We'll give this a listen, then we'll come back. And don't worry, Shannon, I will play Nick Rolser's song, Endless Summer, at or around the top of the hour, but we'll give this a listen. This is great. Sunset by Amanda McCarthy. This is for Eazy-G, and then we'll be right back.
Haven't had a fingers to count the years. Song by song, I lose my voice. Had a few Prince Charmings since you've been here, but I still see you and I still feel you. Singing me to sleep with your melody so sweet, like a cherry on a Sunday after a long day at work. But I don't know where home is, and my heart is so sick from it. I know I gotta let the sun set on you now. Sunset on you now. I know I gotta let the sun set on you now. Sunset on you now. I've been counting sheep just to figure out how to make these eyes stay closed. Bite my nails so I won't check my phone, 'cause I still want you, but I won't call you. You may hit me up every once in a while, knowing if I pick up I'ma screw it all up again. And I'm so sick of seeing a dream that I've been needing to let die. I know I gotta let the sun set on you now. Sunset on you now. I know I gotta let the sun set on you now. Sunset on you now. Sunset on you Sunset on you now. I know I gotta let the sunset on you now. Sunset on you now.
I do love that song. Amanda McCarthy with a Sunset. That was for our friend Eazy-G. By the way, Melanie said something in the chat room that had both myself and Reklss over here laughing pretty hard. And Melanie, I absolutely cannot read that comment on the air, but just know that this sound effect is directly related to your comment. Anyway, welcome back. It is Matt Connarton Unleashed. We are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in glorious downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. And it's even more glorious now that the sun is starting to kind of peek out. Also on Comcast 97 in Manchester. You can go to my website, mattconnerton.com, for all your live streaming options, social media links, contact info, show archives, etc., etc. DJ Reklss is here at the news desk.
Hello, I'm back, and I just almost put my headphones on like I was DJing.
Oh.
I did this.
Oh, yeah.
I put them on my hat again.
Now why is that? Why?
It's
why
such
do you
a
do
habit.
that?
And that's like earlier, dude. Like I told you, I was walking from the store to here.
Yes.
And I walked right past here. Like I was going to 603.
Well,
I
yeah.
walk in 603. And
that's what you call muscle memory.
And I'm like, I'm not supposed to be here right now.
Right.
Sorry, wrong place. See you later. See you tonight.
There you go. There you go. You'll be, if you're just joining us, Reklss, of course, will be DJing tonight at the 603 Bar and Grill.
Yeah.
Beginning at 9 o'clock, is it?
9
o'clock until 1?
Yep. Also, real quick, I didn't mention it earlier. It kind of took a backseat to St. Patrick's Day and promoting and everything like that. But I had a DJ meetup and open decks on Tuesday, and I want to thank all the DJs that came out and made it possible. It was really fun to see the community network and grow and see kids that haven't really DJ'd before like talk to me and want to learn how to DJ.
Yeah.
So it was cool. It was fun.
Very good. Very good.
Also, shout out to Kevin at 603 for once again giving me full creative control on my nights and letting me basically do whatever I want.
Right. Well, you know, like
you don't find people like that.
Like I've said before, I mean that's very valuable and very you know, it says a lot about you that he trusts you with that, and that's really cool. Back when I used to do, you know, I used to promote shows, and whenever I was working with a venue that would actually, you know, because very often when I would first start working with a venue in terms of promoting shows, local bands and various genres, but a lot of rock bands, and you know, there's always that trust building phase. But when I would get to a point where a venue owner or manager would say to me, yeah, we'll just, you know, we'll give you this night, or we'll give you this one night a week or whatever it is, and just do with it what you want. You don't have to clear it with us. We trust you. That was always a great feeling.
And it's not only one night now. It started with one night.
Yeah.
Thursdays have always been hard to build in this city historically.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hard night because it's a college night. And college kids, they all go to one spot. They don't go to multiple spots across the city on a Thursday.
Right.
They find a place, they're there for the year.
Yeah.
I missed that mark this year, which was tough.
Yeah.
But it was like, how do I reinvent Thursdays? How do I get people in this door to make money? And then he would let me play Fridays. And then he realized Fridays that he wasn't bringing in as many people as he was when I was DJing.
Yeah.
Which was weird to me because I felt like I kind of had a following.
Right.
And now he's like, all right, what I want you to do is I want you to take Thursday, Fridays, do whatever you want to do. You don't have to DJ. You can book other DJs. You can have the resident DJs, but figure something out for theme parties or something like that.
Yeah.
So he's giving me full creative control, and I appreciate him for that.
Yeah, no,
100%.
That's very cool. Very, very awesome. If you'd like to get in with a call, we have a few minutes left in this hour. 603-250-6007, 603-250-6007. You can also text me at 617-917-4476. I'm on social media at Matt Connarton. You can email me, matt@mattconnerton.com, or just message me right through the site if you'd like. And if I see it during the show, I'll read it on the air. Of course, you can interact and opine in the Facebook live chat, and we will say hello to everybody in there in just a moment. But the best thing to do so that we can hear and enjoy your dulcet tones is to give us a call at 603-250-6007. By the way, I want to mention, of course, our amazing sponsor, the Hop Knot. They are back open. You know, they had some difficulty recently with the oven situation there. And New Hampshire is interesting, too, if you're a bar. There really, as Jenny always says, there really are no bars per se in New Hampshire because of the legal requirements. And I know this is the case in some other states too, where if you are a bar, if you're serving alcohol, you also have to have food. You're required to serve food. You can't just serve alcohol and just put out some peanuts or something. So when the ovens go down at the Hop Knot, it's a problem. But
it's tough.
Kenny did post this on social media, actually right before we came on the air today. Here's some more updates for you. We are back open normal hours today and through the weekend. If you missed karaoke last week, we've got it again tomorrow from 7 to 11 p.m. with DJ Joe. And if you're missing trivia night, we will be picking back up in 2 weeks on April 6th. And we'll be back to 7 p.m. with trivia night. So there you go.
I actually just saw Kenny right before we came on the show.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to him about possibly doing something for Taco Tour.
Ooh,
and
there you go.
Queen City Pride this year.
Good.
Because I have not been asked to be a part of the festivities this year.
Well, you might just have to demand that you be asked to participate.
Yeah, maybe.
You could say, the people demand it.
But I will say one thing.
Yes.
I haven't put out the flyer yet, but it's been in the works since they announced Taco Tour. I'm doing an after party for that at 6:03.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Oh, cool.
Flyer should drop at the end of this week.
Very good.
Or end of next week, because today's Thursday.
Yes.
All I know is this whole week's flown by.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like Friday was a Saturday because of St. Patrick's Day and how busy it was.
Yeah.
And Saturday I got to work and it felt like a Sunday.
Yeah.
It was so slow. I was like,
oh, really?
What is this? All I know is when Sunday hit, I just slept. I was so tired.
Yeah. Well, you work hard. I also want to mention tomorrow on the show, we've got the band Pretty Reklss is going to be joining us live in studio. They're going to do a performance, an acoustic performance for us in the second hour of the show tomorrow. So I want to mention, did I say pretty late? Did I just say Pretty Reklss?
Yeah.
I meant Pretty Late. Pretty Reklss is a different band. I'm sorry. Pretty Late will be here tomorrow. I hope they're not late for their interview. See what I did there?
Knee slapper.
That's why I'm in afternoon drive. Huh? No,
we gotta get Matt on comedy nights at 6:03.
Yes. No, Pretty Late will be here tomorrow in the second hour on the program. So we look forward to that. Of course, Fridays is my long day here at WMNH. It's a very busy day here at the station, and I love it. It's my favorite day of the week. We do this show, and then Rob Azevedo and Pauly Stone, they come in at the end of my show. We chit-chat a little bit before their show, Granite State of Mind, and they have live musicians coming and play. And then I'm back at 8 p.m. from 8 to 11. I have the honor and privilege of being one of Pauly C's co-hosts on Retro Spectrum Radio. And Paul had posted this on social media this Friday night on Retro Spectrum Radio. It's once again time to test your musical skills. We'll be playing, I hope you're listening, Melanie, we'll be playing 25 classic tunes that all have something in common. The rules are easy. Simply kick back, tune in, enjoy the music, and then call in if you know the correct answer. The fun starts at 8 p.m. Do join us. And what we suggest for that show, we love having people in the chat room. Of course, the show does stream live on the Retro Spectrum Radio with Pauly C page on Facebook. Join us in the chat room, but open a second browser tab and go to WMNHradio.org and click Listen Live. Paul mutes the audio on Facebook for copyright reasons, so Facebook doesn't give us a hard time. But we love hanging out with you guys in the chat room for that. So there you go. JFed in the chat says, has anyone ever won that? Yes! You might know someone who has won that contest, actually. Before we get to the top of the hour, in fact, speaking of the chat room, we'll say hello to everybody. In the Facebook live chat, Melanie La Liberty, of course, joins us from the great state of Vermont and says, hey, guys. Jenny is in the chat and says, shalom, peeps. DJ Reklss, I see you're in there. You said, sup, homo sapiens.
Big words over here.
Yes. Forum Krypton 6, we mentioned, is in the chat. They shared much breaking news with us today. Rocky Huber, I think we mentioned, is in there. Let's see. Rick Smith joins us in the Facebook live chat. Rick asked a question in the Facebook live chat that I can't really read on the air, but I don't know if you saw that question there, Reklss, but I'll leave that for you to answer privately. I assume the answer is yes. Let's see. Oh, Melanie says in the chat, I cut the line all the time. Mama doesn't have time for lines. You know, you were talking earlier about people were trying to, for St. Patrick's Day, people wanted to cut the line. Miriam Banish joins us in the Facebook live chat and says, good afternoon. Hello, Miriam. Let's see. Just want to make sure we don't miss anybody in here. Oh, DJ Steve is in the Facebook live chat. Stephen Light, of course. He also does double duty on Fridays. He comes in for the morning show, and then he's back in the evening for Retro Spectrum Radio. He says, good afternoon, guys. Have a great show. Thank you, DJ Steve. I will see you tomorrow evening. Let's see. And I think that's everybody in here. I think. I apologize if I missed anyone. I try to make sure I get everybody. And I think I did. Oh, Eazy-G is in the chat room, of course. Our entertainment reporter. Yes. All right, let's do this. We are approaching the top of the hour. We're going to take a little break. I'm going to play, Shannon requested this song. I'm going to go ahead and play it now. This is Nick Rolser with his song Endless Summer. Oh, speaking of Pauly, see, he's in the chat room. He says, hello, big fan. Hello, Paul. I'm going to play this track for our friend Shannon, Endless Summer by Nick Rolser. And then we're going to show some love to our amazing sponsors. And then we'll be back with our number 2 numero dos of Matt Connarton Unleashed. DJ Reklss is here. Are you sticking around for hour number 2?
I guess so.
All right. Reklss is sticking around. Here it is. This is for our friend Shannon. This is Endless Summer by Nick Rolser.
Summer never ends. It's just a change of breath. There's a million grains of sand. Say it's okay to drift for the moment. The sun will warm your skin. The water cleanse your soul. Watch out for that breeze. You'll get caught up in the hole of the moment. Carried away by the endless river. Carried away by the endless river. Wave becomes a crest. The crest becomes the trough. My beginning is my end. Whatever salvaged will be lost in the moment. voices of the sea and the prayers of shipwrecked bones stretch so far you can't reach through a fog that sends you home till the moment to get carried away by the endless river. Carried away by the endless river. Underwater, you are safe for a little while. Underwater, you are safe for a little while.
Come on down to the Hop Knot at 1000 Elm Street, Manchester's premier craft beer and gourmet pretzel bar. Tell us more, Trudy.
We make our dough fresh every day. We make a variety of styles of pretzels and serve craft beer, cocktails, and a few bottles of wine. We do the traditional pretzel, and we have multiple flavors for that. We also do stuffed pretzels, pretzel sandwiches, free dessert pretzels, and pretzel knots.
The Hop Knot in the Brady Sullivan Plaza at 1000 Elm Street.
Bring your kitchen to life with Queen City Cabinetry, located at 87 Elm Street in the historic Sunbeam Mall in Manchester. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. They can be reached at 603-222-2007 or on the web at queencitycabinetrynh.com. Come see the possibilities. Queen City Cabinetry, another proud sponsor of WMNH.
Clemento's Pizzeria, family friendly, awesome for a date night. Clemento's Pizzeria. For delivery, call 603-782-8450. Clemento's Pizzeria, the best pizza in town. 1875 South Willow Street in Manchester, New Hampshire. Best cocktails around. Come in as friends and leave as family.
Bring your kitchen to life with Queen City Cabinetry, located at 87 Elm Street in the historic Sunbeam Mall in Manchester. Open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. They can be reached at 603-222-2007 or on the web at queencitycabinetrynh.com. Come see the possibilities. Queen City Cabinetry, another proud sponsor of WMNH.
This hour on WMNH is sponsored by CGI Business Solutions, located at 5 Dartmouth Drive in Auburn. They serve all your business needs, including employee benefits planning, corporate design and business administration, investments and wealth management, and customized business insurance solutions. Their phone number is 866-841-4600 or on the web at cgibusinesssolutions.com.
WMNH, rip the knob off.
Welcome back, everybody. We are well into hour number 2, numero dos of Matt Connarton Unleashed, and we are live from the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in glorious downtown Manchester, New Hampshire. Also on Comcast 97 if you're in Manchester. And hello to all of our online listeners across the nation and around the globe. You can go to my website, mattconnerton.com, for all of your live streaming options, social media links, contact info, show archives, etc., etc. Today is Thursday, March 23, 2023, and we have a call. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this? Hello? Oh, thought we had somebody on the line. Okay, perhaps it's the Phantom. By the way, DJ Reklss is not here. He did have to go. It turns out he had some business to attend to before his show tonight. Of course, he will be beginning at 9 p.m. at the 603 Bar and Grill, both tonight and I believe tomorrow night, DJ Reklss. And, we have a call. We'll try this again. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Good afternoon, that is Pauly C.
Pauly C, you sound like you have a cold.
No, it's my broadcasting work.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Pauly C from Retro Spectrum Radio with Pauly C. How are you?
I'm doing great. This is the voice my parents paid thousands of dollars for back in the 80s.
Well, I'm so glad that they did. How are you?
Right, thank you.
Yes. What's going on?
Hey, aside from the 20 songs, it's actually 21 songs that we're going to be playing tonight. I finished the show last night and couldn't quite squeeze 25 in the 3 hours. So it'll be 21 songs that all have something in common. But we're all going to be doing another game as well within that game.
Oh, sounds...
Yes, in the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to be playing a game, a new installation to Retro Spectrum Radio, a game that we call Name That Riff. So I'll be playing 10 riffs from songs.
Okay.
And you guys need to just guess what those riffs are. Very simple.
That sounds fun and, dare I say, intriguing.
Yes, absolutely. I figured I'd whip something like that up because during the real contest or the 3-hour-long contest, we won't be able to discuss the songs during our mic up. So I figured to kill time that we would just play a different game.
I see. Interesting.
Yes, if we discuss the songs that are in the 21 song contest, it'll probably give things away too much. I'm trying to make this one a softball for DJ Steve because he is our music aficionado. Wouldn't you say so, Matt?
I would say so. And his knowledge of Foghat is unparalleled.
Foghat, Uriah Heep, Canned Heat. I mean, he sat in with everybody. So he knows everything about music. Yet, out of the 5 times that we've done this, he hasn't gotten the contest correct yet. So this week, we're going to be making it very, very simple. A softball, as they say.
Although I shouldn't laugh because out of the times we've done this, I have not gotten it either.
No, you haven't yet either, but, you know, you're not one of those baby boomers or whatever. So, and you never claimed to be a music genius. You never sat in and own a guitar pick from B.B. friggin' King, okay?
Right. That is true. That is true. Yeah.
So, I'm trying to make this as simple. The thing is with DJ Steve, and God love him, he's an overthinker.
Mm-hmm.
And this week, you don't need to have necessarily that much knowledge in music itself to figure. I mean, you have to have some knowledge in the music that we'll be playing, but it's not anything where you need to do any type of major research to figure this one out.
Okay. Yeah, the last one that we did was that was difficult. I don't think anyone got the last one, right?
It was adjectives, songs that were adjectives.
Yeah.
Titles.
Yeah.
Right.
That one was difficult.
Well, nobody got it because Dan wasn't in the studio to give it away.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. Oh, is Mike from Queen City Cabinetry making his return this week?
Well, it all depends on whether or not I go pick him up in Hooksett.
I see. Oh, he can't drive with his injury?
No, he's still unable to drive around, and I told him I'd go get him, but yeah, I already go get DJ Steve, and he lives, a half hour away from Mike. So, now I'm commuting all over the state to pick up my cast.
Right, right. I'm already here, and the giant cardboard Peter Whitehead is already here, so you don't have to worry about us, but understandable.
I don't know that I need anybody else besides you and the Peter Whitehead.
The giant cardboard Peter Whitehead, please.
Right.
Yes.
The giant cardboard Peter Whitehead, yes.
Who, by the way, has also sat in with Foghat. I don't know if you know this. I found this out. The only reason I know this is because I happened to see on YouTube a video of a Foghat show from 1978. And you know who I saw in the corner? I think he was one of the roadies. I couldn't miss because, it's big as life. I actually saw the giant cardboard Peter Whitehead.
And he was sitting in with Foghat?
Well, not sitting in. I think he was one of the roadies. He was kind of in the back, but I could see it because, you can't miss the giant cardboard Peter Whitehead.
Very nice.
I think he might have been...
I wonder if DJ Steve sat in with the giant cardboard Peter Whitehead.
Well, he does sit next to the giant cardboard Peter Whitehead, and that might be why, because that's where he's comfortable, because it's familiar to him.
Sure. All right, Matt. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m., it's a date.
All right, looking forward to it, my friend.
All right, and Mikey should be with us tomorrow night.
Mikey Martineau, Texas Mike?
No, Mikey P. from Queen City. C.
Gotcha. Okay, excellent. Well, we look forward to that as well.
All right, start bubble wrapping the stuff so he doesn't break anything, okay?
Sounds good.
All right,
bye. Paul. Bye-bye. All right, that was Pauly C. from Retro Spectrum Radio with Pauly C. Yes, Friday is, of course, my long day here at the station, and I do enjoy it. Friday is my favorite day of the week. I come in, I do this show, and then immediately after this, we have Granite State of Mind, hosted by Rob Azevedo and Pauly Stone, and then I'm back at 8 p.m. for Retro Spectrum Radio with Pauly C. I'm one of Paul's co-hosts on that show, along with DJ Steve and Mike from Queen City Cabinetry, who happens to also be one of our great sponsors here at WMNH 95.3. Queen City Cabinetry in the historic Sunbeam Mall, named for, of course, the vaunted General Sunbeam, the greatest military mind since sliced bread. If you'd like to join us today on this program, 603-250-6007 is the number to call. 603-250-6007. You can also text me at 617-917-4476. I'm on social media at Matt Connarton. You can email me, matt@mattconnerton.com, or just message me right through the site. And, of course, you can interact and opine in the Facebook live chat. But the best thing to do so that we can hear and enjoy your dulcet tones is to give us a call at 603-250-6007. Let's see. Oh, and tomorrow on this program, we do have a musical guest planned. The band Pretty Late is going to be joining us in the second hour on this program, and I think they're bringing a couple acoustic guitars. We'll see what they show up with and play a few songs for us, as well as hanging out and chatting. So really looking forward to that. So that'll be a good way to spend the Friday afternoon. We will not have Eric Pilcher's classic film review tomorrow. Eric had to delay that to Monday, which is fine. Let's see. Isaac Banks joins us in the Facebook live chat and says, good afternoon, Amber Carter. How are you doing? Amber Carter, please do meet me at the free dance at Lindley Recreation Center on March 30th, 2023 at 6 to 8 p.m. It sounds like Isaac Banks is making a date with Amber Carter in my chat room, which is fine. I'm glad I can bring you two kids together. Isaac Banks says, Matt Connarton, Amber Carter, she is from Reedsville, North Carolina. I wonder if Reedsville is close to Greensville. Yes. Let's see. We should talk about TikTok. Today was the big hearing. Geez, for all I know, it might still... No, it's probably over by now. I doubt that it's still going on, but the president and CEO of TikTok went to testify before Congress. It has been a subject on the show that we've been talking about a lot, the potential of banning TikTok, which currently I've been hearing different numbers. Now I'm hearing 150 million Americans have TikTok on their phones. It's a very, very popular app, and we've been kind of diving in here and there at various points recently on the show. You know, obviously there are larger issues and implications as we discuss possibly banning a social media platform in the United States, something that we've never done before, that such a large swath of Americans use and enjoy every day. And it's not as simple as, do we ban it or not? Is it, are there privacy issues or are there not? Is it a national security issue or is it not? In terms of actually banning it, there are, like I said, there are larger implications and issues that go along with that. So, and my position at this point, and Jenny took some notes on the hearing, which we'll go through in a moment, but because I only got to see a part of it, but you know, where I'm at with it at this point is I'm not yet in favor of banning this app, but that doesn't mean I'm opposed to it if it is a legitimate national security threat. But you've got to make that argument. My position is, okay, you've got my attention. If you're telling me that this app, TikTok, that in theory, if you're making the argument that the Chinese can access and use against us, if you're going to make the argument that it is a national security threat, a legitimate threat, then okay, you've got my attention. I certainly care about our national security. It's something I'm very concerned with, but that's not enough. You've got to convince me, because it's a big step for the federal government, for the United States government too, for the first time in our history, actually take an app that so many people use. Not only people use it to communicate and for social reasons, you know, it is social media, but millions of Americans also use it for their businesses and to promote their businesses. If you're going to tell me that you're going to take that step of banning it, potentially banning it, or even forcing ByteDance to sell TikTok to an American company, which the Trump administration tried to do, they kind of hit a brick wall, because you really can't just, in theory, you can't just do that. You can't just tell a company, well, you have to sell your company. And the Biden administration seems to be running into that same wall. But if that is what you're telling me has to be done, okay, like I said, you've got my attention, but you're going to have to make your case. You have to convince me. And by the way, when I say convince me, I don't mean giving me what I like to call a someday maybe argument, right? Someday maybe isn't going to convince me. In other words, if you tell me, well, someday maybe the Chinese might be able to use this app for nefarious purposes against Americans and against our national security. Well, someday maybe doesn't cut it. You know, if you can tell me probably, almost certainly, well then, okay, now I'm concerned. But someday maybe, you know, someday maybe the Chinese might be able to do something terrible with this. Okay, you're going to have to convince me a little more. So that's my position. I'm not in favor of banning it unless you can make the case. You've got to make the case. You can't just tell me, well, there's a concern here, so maybe we should just go ahead and ban it, because that is a big deal. And I don't think, and listen, this goes deeper than just, millions of people are going to be really upset. Millions of Americans are going to be upset that for the first time ever, a very popular social media app is being taken away from them and banned. This goes deeper than that. This gets us into issues of the government, how the government controls communication and the spread, the dissemination of information, and how much we're willing to be told by the government. How much are we willing to accept of the government telling us what means of communication we can and cannot use? And again, it affects businesses. There are much deeper issues here. It's not just a matter of, well, a lot of people are going to be mad. And again, I don't want to be misunderstood. I'm not saying I'm absolutely opposed to banning it. If there is a legitimate reason to do it, then I say we got to do what we got to do. But it's a high bar for me. You've got to convince me. You've got to make the case. I'm not going to accept, well, a bunch of senators and congressmen, have a lot of questions and concerns. Okay? If you're a regular listener, you already know how I feel about the government directly interfering with technology to begin with. I've often talked about how if you go on YouTube, for example, and you look up committee hearings where you have United States senators and congressmen asking questions of, say, Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook or Meta, or I remember when Jack Dorsey was still running Twitter, he went before Congress and testified. And some of the questions and some of the ways that these people approach their questions, number one, you realize very quickly that a lot of them don't understand technology. They don't understand social media. And yet they're going to be voting on these things. That's a little bit troubling. But also, and this was in a lot of Jenny's notes that she took today. Let's be honest. And by the way, this isn't only in the case of when it's a hearing about something involving technology, other kinds of hearings too. Very often, and in fact, probably more often than not, when our elected lawgivers and overlords, as I like to call them, when they are asking these questions in a public forum on television, they're playing to the camera. It's not that they're actually trying to glean information. Most of them have probably already made up their minds. They've already decided their positions. But what they're really trying to do is a lot of grandstanding and a lot of, they're using that time. They want sound bites that they can maybe clip for later and put in a campaign ad, for example. They want to show off. They're like peacocks. They want to show their feathers, That's what they're really there to do. It's not that they're there to get information, to ask questions in good faith, to ask questions and then actually listen. Active. It's called active listening. When you're communicating with someone or someone's trying to communicate to you and you're genuinely paying attention to what they're saying instead of you're only half paying attention because you're actually thinking about the next question, which you see a lot in politics anyway when people discuss politics. But so there's a lot of preening that goes on, and there's a lot of just playing for the cameras and without any actual useful, constructive purpose. And it seems that there was a lot of that today. So again, ultimately, if you want to ban this app, like I said, you mentioned national security, you've got my attention. Now you got to convince me if you want my support. You've got to make the case. Because if you're not going to bother to make the case, or if you can't make the case, then I'm not going to support this. Let's see. I want to look at the notes that Jenny took here that she sent me because she was watching, I think, from the beginning, and we'll go through some of these. And like I said, a lot of this is like I was talking about, these our elected lawgivers and overlords doing a lot of grandstanding. And which is not to say that some of them did not ask good questions. Some of them absolutely did, of course. Okay, here's what she sent me, because I wasn't home while this was going on. I'm watching the hearing with TikTok CEO Shuzi Chu. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. We look like racist D's. The chair is running questions at him and not listening to his answers. She's trying to play bad gotcha questions. Listening to him, my opinion on TikTok has changed. It's a railroad job. They aren't interested in real testimony. Yeah, and from some of what I did see today, I did see some of that, of course. Because so, like I said, so very often they're not interested in real testimony. This isn't a real exchange that's going on. It's just they're playing for the cameras, and they've already made up their minds. Let's see. She wrote, at one point the chair asked him if they removed content about Tiananmen Square. He said no. You can go find it right now. That they don't remove content. She reminded him about lying under oath. He said again, it is on there right now. She ran over him with the next question. Let's see. Miss Ashu from California, I'm not sure who that is, refuses to believe that there is not already data in China with the government there. They are all acting as if he doesn't live in America and have an American wife. He also has American kids. Sounds like they use Oracle run out of Texas, not China. Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll circle back to that, what that's about, the Texas project, I think it's called. Let's see. The Ohio rep keeps cutting him off and wanting yes or no answers to complex questions. Yeah, that was something I was able to catch. Oh, Jenny says in the chat room I was wrong with where he lives. Okay. I know they have, I know they're based in LA, but also in Singapore, so maybe he lives in Singapore. And Jenny also said in the chat room, this is not from the notes, this is live in the chat, the total hearing times seem to have been just shy of 6 hours. But yeah, from what I did see, there was a lot of that. Just and again, you'll see this in other technology hearings too, and it's something that makes me very concerned about these people voting on things that they don't necessarily understand or they're not interested in understanding because they've already made up their minds. And again, they're just looking for a clip to go viral or something for a future campaign ad. When they do this thing where they'll say, okay, I have a yes or no question for you. And then they ask the question. And then the witness, in this case, Mr. Chu from TikTok, tries to answer the question, but and then gets interrupted with, no, this is a yes or no question, yes or no. And he's trying to answer the question, but sometimes simple questions have complex and complicated answers, especially when you're talking about technology. Wow, go figure. Who knew, right? These things are complicated. So, yeah, there was a lot of that today from what I did see. Miss Degata of Colorado is raising good points to him that TikTok needs to clean up things like the blackout game, COVID misinformation, and abortion lies that affect so many in terms of misinformation. Wants to know what more are they doing to clean this up, actually allowing him to speak. She held him accountable on the fact that the info is still there today. She wants him to do more, and I agree. They don't do enough to weed out fake info and dangerous games. He gave a basic answer that gave no specifics on what they are doing. She wants a written testimony, a supplement that gives a better answer than he offered. Mr. Hudson of North Carolina flat out says TikTok is a surveillance program. I agree military personnel should be more cautious about what social media they use and download. Well, yeah, and it's already been banned from government phones. Mrs. Kamak is asking and answering her own questions. When he says no, she says, yes, you do. She is not listening. She is pontificating. Yep. Again, you see a lot of that. She interrupts and says, I have to move on while he is answering her questions. She's awful and from Florida. Big surprise. Seriously bad answers about suicide. Mr. Johnson, I assumed Ron Johnson, accused him flat out of lying to Congress, but no one has let him respond. Mr. Wahlberg of Michigan, accuses CEO of reporting to Byte something. I guess he couldn't remember the name of the company. It's ByteDance. Referred to it as Byte something, the China version of TikTok. Well, this ByteDance and this ByteDance USA, I'm a little unclear on all of that too. He says he accuses him of working with the communists. Mrs. Clark hits it well, pointing out people being wrongly marked as bad actors, especially people of color, being targeted such as Black Lives Matter statements causing content providers to be demonetized. Mr. Carter of Georgia said that the Chinese, flat out stated the Chinese got, the CEO is using psychological control to addict our children to TikTok. He goes further, refers to the biometric matrix that TikTok uses, the phone's camera to determine if the public dilates. I don't know what that's about. I don't understand any of that, but in other words, it sounds like one of these folks was accusing TikTok of using some sort of technology to hypnotize users, I guess. Chu uses a word salad to answer, are you overseen by a Chinese-owned company? Refusal and dance around question. Chu claims code is reviewed by a team, the source code of for the website, by a team of U.S. located engineers. Seem to say it is headed up by a former U.S. Secret Service employee, maybe an agent, not sure. Mr. Obernolte, I don't know what state he's from, questions code safety. TikTok did collect precise location data as recently as 2020. Mrs. Dangeli asks great questions about geolocation. TikTok states they've never sold geolocation data. So some of them do manage to ask good questions. Does TikTok still use data they collected prior to now? No answer. So data they know they shouldn't have, we have no assurance has been destroyed. Mr. Palmer from Alabama claims ByteDance runs TikTok. Well, yeah, that's the parent company of TikTok. Do you screen data from countries that commit human crimes? No way you get to say yes, far too broad. I don't quite. Okay, I guess this person was rude and accusatory. Mr. Virsi questions why YouTube can do things TikTok does not do to protect teenagers. I don't know what YouTube does to protect teenagers, but that is something that we hear a lot about is TikTok not doing enough to protect young people. Although I think TikTok does have, if you're under 18, it has some sort of a limit where you can only use it for so long per day and then it shuts off automatically. I don't think any other social media platform has that. Mr. Dunn of Florida presented evidence that data has been collected, believes that China is running TikTok with accusation of him lying, and then does not allow Chu to say anything. Miss Barragan of California questioning protection for Spanish-speaking children and preventing targeting ads to Spanish speakers. The inference that protections for English are not translated and protecting to protect Spanish-speaking people. There was a post threatening the chair of the committee, and it was up for over 40 days. It was only taken down when the committee said something to Chu. He also admits that is true. And by the way, I do have that story from media. We'll look at that in a moment. He says he lives in Singapore, and they have no access to TikTok in Singapore. But if they were in the U.S., he would allow, I assume, his children to access it. All right. So that's some notes that Jenny took. Jenny says in the chat room, TikTok seems to take too long to take down dangerous posts. In comparison to YouTube, it's too general for a complex issue. Got it. Let's see. I do have the story up about that video. Okay, here it is. This is from Mediaite. TikTok rushes to delete violent video targeting House hearing after committee shows it at hearing. Actually, there's video of this happening at the hearing. Here, let's check this out. If it'll play. I don't have any volume. The sound in this is really low. Never mind. I have a video here, but it's really low, so we'll skip that. It says here, TikTok on Thursday quickly took down a video shown at the House Energy and Commerce Committee hearing, which threatened the hearing itself, as well as committee chair, Representative Kathy McMorris Rogers specifically. The account that posted it was banned from the app. Florida Republican Representative Kat Kamak confronted TikTok CEO, Mr. Chu, with the clip posted to the app on February 10, comparing its contents against the tech giant's claims of taking a firm stance against violence and threats. I think by comparing, they mean contrasting. Mediaite doesn't always proofread things. A second TikTok post from February 23rd was also shown on the card behind Kamak as she grilled Chu. Kamak pointed out, quote, Mr. Chu, that video was posted 41 days ago. This video was posted before this hearing was publicly noticed. I think that's a very interesting point to raise, but more concerning is the fact that it names this chairwoman by name, unquote, said Kamak, before reading directly from TikTok policy about violence and violent extremism. She said, quote, this video has been up for 41 days. It is a direct threat to the chairwoman of this committee, the people in this room, and yet it still remains on the platform, unquote. Minutes after that exchange took place in the hearing, Twitter users reported that the TikTok video and account had been taken down. Washington Post reporters were able to view the video on TikTok between when it was shown at the hearing and when it was taken down, and confirmed it has been removed. The hearing did not go TikTok's way, with both Democrats and Republicans going after it, and the CCP with a vengeance. So there you go. And there's this other thing here, and this is something I suppose upon which reasonable people can disagree. But something else, and Jenny and I discussed this briefly earlier too, something else that happened during the hearing. This is also from Mediaite. TikTok CEO declines 3 chances to acknowledge Chinese persecution of Uyghurs. Let me try the, I've got video here. Let me see if I can get the audio on this, if it's loud enough. I'd like to actually hear this.
Chair, Mr. Chu, do you agree that the Chinese government has persecuted the Uyghur population?
Congresswoman, if you use our app and you open it, you will find our users who give all sorts of content.
That's not my question. My question is, do you agree that the Chinese government has persecuted the Uyghur population?
Well, it's deeply concerning to hear about all accounts of human rights abuse. My role here is to explain what our platform does on this.
It's a pretty easy question. Do you agree that the Chinese government has persecuted the Uyghur population?
Congresswoman, I'm here to describe TikTok and what we do as a platform. And as a platform, we allow our users to freely express their views on this issue and any other issue that matters to them.
Well, you didn't answer the question. Earlier today, Chairman Rogers asked you, and I quote, Have any moderation tools been used to remove content associated with the Uyghur genocide, yes or no? Your answer, we do not remove that kind of content. Yet, in 2019, TikTok suspended the account of Feroza Aziz, an American 17-year-old, after she put out a video about the Uyghur genocide. So, your answer, sir, does not align with history.
That particular case was a mismoderation. I believe that video had a picture of Osama bin Laden, so we thought it was content that was inappropriate.
Yeah, I looked it up. That was a different post that they banned. TikTok
I can get back on the specifics, yes.
My next question. India banned the use of TikTok in their country in 2020. New Zealand...
Okay, that's actually the end of the clip. I did not realize that some countries had already banned the use of TikTok, though. I would have liked to have heard more of that because I'm very interested. But apparently, let me see if I can find quickly. I was not aware that TikTok had already been banned in some places. Now, regarding that clip specifically, I think it's perfectly legitimate to ask questions about TikTok's policies on, for example, content regarding the Uyghur genocide. And I think genocide is a perfectly legitimate term to use, by the way. But I don't know. I don't know about asking him what his personal views are, if that's necessarily appropriate on the Uyghur genocide itself, because that's not what he's there to talk about. He's there to talk about TikTok, not his personal views. However, I think asking questions about TikTok's policy regarding that content, absolutely appropriate. And I was confused. It sounded like they were talking about a specific instance, and there was some disagreement over the details around it. And I don't know anything about that specific instance, so I can't comment. But okay, what countries have banned TikTok? Okay, it says here, Afghanistan is the only other country to impose a total ban on TikTok. Some users, including the United States, the UK, and Canada, have banned the app on government devices. So this doesn't mention... Oh, maybe the ban was, okay, you know what it might have been? Maybe she was talking about in that clip referring to... because she mentioned India, right? But she might have been referring to maybe India has taken steps like the United States has of banning TikTok on government phones, for example. Maybe India has done something similar. That might be what that is about. Let's look at this. No, actually, let's not look at that. Let's look at... I want to see... Well, I want to see what, if anyone thinks that that this is going to lead to an actual ban. What we saw today. Oh, this is from NBC News. Let's see what they're saying about this. NBC News is reporting TikTok CEO doesn't seem to sway Congress after facing hours of hostile questioning. I'm just curious what I want to kind of get a summation here about this hearing today. I mean, let's see. Okay. TikTok CEO Shouzi Chu testified before the House Energy and Commerce Committee for roughly 5 hours. Members grilled Chu, citing concerns about privacy for Americans' data, protections for children online, and TikTok's connection to the Chinese Communist Party. The hearing was led by the committee chair, Representative Kathy McMorris Rogers, Republican of Washington, and ranking member, Representative Frank Pallone, Democrat of New Jersey. Congress and President Joe Biden are looking at ways to crack down on the app, including a potential U.S. ban. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, Republican of California, told reporters during the hearing that he'd back a ban. Chu said in his opening statement that TikTok is safe and secure and that it should not be banned. He also noted that 150 million people in the U.S. are active TikTok users, underscoring how entrenched the app has become in the 3 years Washington has sought to rein it in. Members appeared skeptical of Chu's testimony, with a few warning him against lying to the committee. Lawmakers were almost universally critical of the app. Those are some bullet points. And then this goes on to say, again, this is from NBC News, NBCnews.com. Senators Mark Warner, Democrat of Virginia, and John Thune, Republican of South Dakota, who have authored legislation that could be used to ban TikTok, said Chu's testimony did not address their concerns about the app's ties to China. They said in a joint statement, quote, under PRC law, all Chinese companies, including TikTok, and by the way, PRC, for anyone who doesn't know, is People's Republic of China. So under PRC law, all Chinese companies, including TikTok, whose parent company is based in Beijing, are ultimately required to do the bidding of Chinese intelligence services should they be called upon to do so. Nothing we heard from Mr. Chu today assuaged those concerns. We are encouraged by the quick momentum and strong bipartisan support for our legislation and expect that it will only grow following today's testimony, unquote. The White House has indicated it backs the bill known as the Restrict Act. The hearing ended just before 3:30 after about 5 hours of testimony. Let's see. As the TikTok hearing was happening, the House Speaker, Kevin McCarthy, told reporters in the Capitol that he supports a ban on TikTok. He simply replied yes. Asked how quickly he wants to move legislation to the floor, McCarthy replied, quote, I want to make sure we get it right. I think the hearing today, you see a bipartisan concern here with what's happening on TikTok, especially what's happening to the data for Americans. There's many different ramifications here, so I think they could come together. I'd let the committees do their work and see what the product comes out. When it gets done, we'd be able to move it, unquote. I don't quite understand some of that. Oh, actually, here. Let's listen to what he has to say. There's some audio here.
Support the idea of Congress moving to ban TikTok.
Yes.
How quickly would you want to move that to the floor?
I want to make sure we get it right. I think the hearing today, have you all been watching part of it?
Yes.
I think you see a bipartisan concern here with what's happening on TikTok, especially what's happening to the data for Americans. There's many different ramifications here, so I think they could come together. I'd let the committees do their work and see what the product comes out. When it gets done, we'd be able to move.
And what's the risk of not acting on it?
Well, there's a big concern. I mean, also when you think about the hearing today, you would look back to the past administration, was probably right. Had it been able to be sold to an American company, the hearing today would have been quite different. Americans would have been safer. I think by not doing what we could have done in the last administration, we should have been able to follow through on that.
Mr. Speaker, why do
Okay, I have a question, though. Again, this is going to matter. If push comes to shove and a ban is going to happen, if it is decided, yes, a ban is going to happen, why? This is an important detail. Is it because of, now, Kevin McCarthy there saying user data, concerns about user data. Ultimately, is it a national security concern? Or is it just a privacy concern? We don't want Americans' user data to be compromised in any way. We don't want it to be used in some way. Because, again, like I said earlier, if you're just joining us, my position is I do not agree with banning it unless you can make the case that it's a matter of national security. If you can't make the case that it's a matter of national security, then I think we get into a very dangerous place where the federal government is now banning a social media platform that millions of Americans use and enjoy. I think that unless it is a matter of national security, you have to leave it up to Americans to decide for themselves. Because if it is only a matter of protecting Americans' user data, Americans' privacy, et cetera, I don't know how much of a role the federal government has in making those decisions for us. Because, and maybe some of this is the libertarian in me coming out, but here's the thing. If I, as an American, look, I don't have what I think in legal parlance would be called a reasonable expectation of privacy. You'll often hear about a reasonable expectation of this, a reasonable expectation of privacy, or a reasonable expectation of safety, or, depending on the context. What is a reasonable expectation? Do I, as an American, should I have a reasonable expectation of privacy when I use, whether it's TikTok, which I don't use, whether it's Facebook, which I obviously do? Because I have to tell you, this is just from my standpoint, I don't expect any privacy. I don't. Whether it's Facebook or whether it's Google or, my information is out there. My data is out there. I mean, obviously, I don't want to be a victim of identity theft. So, sensitive information has to be protected. But if it's just information about me and what I like, and these algorithms are using information to serve up content that I might enjoy or find value in, I don't have any expectation of privacy regarding any of that. Does anybody anymore? And if you do have a concern about that, you can always not participate. But I guess I'm just kind of drawing a line here in my mind. If it's a matter of national security, like I said earlier, if it's a matter of national security, that's something I care deeply about. Convince me. Make the case. Tell me why it's a matter of national security. Tell me why you believe the Chinese are going to use this information somehow against us. I'm open to hearing the argument. Again, you mentioned national security to me. You've got my attention. I care about that. But, our governor here in New Hampshire, Governor Chris Sununu, when he was asked recently about this, he said, I'm not into banning things. You have to let Americans decide for themselves. But he also seemed to be approaching it from the standpoint of the national security part of it didn't seem to be even in the equation for him. He's just looking at it going, look, if it's privacy matters, Americans should be free to decide that for themselves, how much of their privacy they want to give up using these apps. But you can't ban this. If it's only about privacy concerns, you have to let Americans decide for themselves. So, again, you gotta make the argument. My dad's on the line. Hi, Dad. We are very short on time, so I'll just ask you to be terse with your comments, if you could.
I can't, Matt. No, I'm kidding. No, I have actually no idea what time it is, and I defer to you on that.
Okay.
But a great topic. I wanted to say yesterday's topic on the awful, I'm going to say it, demonic meeting between the modern Hitler of Asia and the modern Stalin of Russia. I mean, these guys are more than bad actors, Matt. And with the news outlets you use, your commentary yesterday and sharing was very important and well done. I just wanted to say, I hear what you're saying about your libertarian views and privacy, but these politicians, they pussyfoot around. The Trump administration, I know you don't like the Trump administration, but I cannot imagine logically how you can say that the Biden administration is better in terms of policy. That guy is out to lunch. I think probably with compassion, I pray for him, by the way, but probably with compassion there is something in terms of mental problems going on there. But my point is this, Matt, we need to break. This is what I'm going to say assertively. We need to fully now, if never before, we need to do it now, break this codependent economic and social relationship we have with the Red Chinese. Not the Chinese people who are good people, and I root for them and I pray for them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on record on that, Matt. You know that, and I take that very sincerely. But these totalitarian regimes are spying on us. It is an issue of national security. Christopher Wray knows this. That knucklehead in the CIA knows this. So hopefully these hearings, I'll be brief, will disclose some of this. But the Trump administration got it right. Get them out of there. They threaten their own people. If you don't spy on the USA, then you're going to be in trouble back home. And they have this whole social credit process that is horrible. And the possibility of moving to digital currency worldwide with Klaus Schwab and these other knuckleheads in Europe. So I say break the codependency now. There'll be some sacrifice. Wall Street's going to be upset. Some big corporations are going to be upset because their bottom line is only the money. It is time now for patriotism, Matt, for seeing this country with its problems as a noble country and looking at objective truth and acting. Matt, we could come up with creative, even if we said, you're out of here, and they say, we're not going to allow you to buy this company. You're out of here. We're breaking the codependency now. And, Matt, we've got such creative people. Now, I don't always agree with Zuckerberg and these guys with the censorship, but we've got such creative people in this country. We can substitute other companies to do the same work and provide the same benefits and the same access, but with security for the country. That's my point of view, Matt.
All right, Dad. We are coming right up on 6 p.m., so we got to go. Yeah. But I do appreciate the call.
Thank you. It's always good to hear you, Matt. You're doing a good job. Peace out to everybody.
All right, love you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
All right, very good. We are absolutely out of time. Thank you all. It is Thursday, which means immediately after this show, if you're listening live, we have Through the Stage Door, hosted by Rob Dion, coming up at 6 p.m. And don't forget to be back bright and early, 7 a.m. for the morning show with Peter White. And I will be back tomorrow, of course, at 4 p.m., and we get a full day Friday, as we always do. And if you miss any part of today's show, it'll be up in just a little bit, WMNHradio.org, and on my website, MattConnarton.com. Oh, and don't forget to see DJ Reklss tonight at the 603 Bar and Grill beginning at 9 p.m. And that is it for me for now. I will talk at you all a little bit later. Bye, everybody.
Levis family.
Come on down to the Hop Knot at 1000 Elm Street, Manchester's premier craft beer and gourmet pretzel bar. Tell us more, Trudy.
We make our dough fresh every day. We make a variety